Imagine having an assistant for every aspect of your life, taking care of the mundane tasks so you can focus on what truly matters. Sounds like a dream, right? My name is Samuel Boulanger, and today we'll see how to create a personal GPT using Microsoft Copilot. At the end of the video, you'll have access to a personal trainer, a personal chef, a brainstorming friend, a language tutor, a financial advisor, a career coach, a travel advisor, a meditation... Okay, I'll stop. I think you get it. Before we start, please support me by liking this video and subscribing to the channel to learn more tools to improve your productivity using AI. And make sure to stay until the end if you want to see me try a recipe made by Copilot. And without further ado, let's start. First, it's important that you have a Copilot Pro license. And I repeat, you need a Copilot Pro license, not an add-on license to a business version of M365. If you're using a business license, the way of creating GPTs is through Copilot Studio, which is probably managed by your organization. Copilot Pro licenses are available for $20 US per month, and I'll drop the link in the description. Once you have the proper license, navigate to copilot.microsoft.com, and on the right side of the screen, you'll see Copilot GPTs. There's already some GPTs available to you if you want to test them, like the vacation planner or a cooking assistant. To create your own, click on See All Copilot GPTs and then on Create a New Copilot GPT. This will bring you to the GPT Builder Assistant, which is, surprise, a Copilot. I mean, that makes sense to create a Copilot with a Copilot. But does it mean I could create a Copilot, which will create a Copilot Builder to create Copilot, which in turn will... The GPT Builder provides you with guidelines on how to create a quality Copilot GPT. The truth is, it will really guide you through the process and ask you the questions to make sure those guidelines are followed. So don't worry too much at crafting the perfect prompt right away. We'll start slowly by only specifying the name, which is Chef Genius. Yeah, I know there's already a GPT for cooking, but mine will be better. We can see the Copilot is creating the name in the background, which we'll cover later in the video. But basically, it creates all the configuration in the Configure tab. Now it asks me what the main purpose of the GPT is, which is legitimate as Copilot doesn't know if we're looking for recipes, coaching, or a pet food chef. Let's say we wanted to create healthy recipes for a busy parent with what I have available. Again, Copilot is updating the configuration, but this time it updated the profile, not the name, obviously. Now we have a GPT which is designed to create healthy recipes for busy parents based on the ingredients they have available. It will provide a variety of recipes that are quick, easy, and nutritious, catering to different dietary preferences and restrictions, etc., etc. You can see it assumed a lot of things, which make total sense in my opinion. But if you prefer it behaves in a different manner, you can always either give more information in your original ask or ask it to make a modification. We'll come back to this. It asks me if I want to avoid certain ingredients. Let's ask it to avoid seafood. And finally, it asks me what tone I want it to use. Notice it always gives you some choices. So if you lack inspiration, you can always rely on the choices at the bottom. Let's select it should use casual language. It then updates again, and when it's done, summarizes what this GPT is about. It's called Chef Genius. Its purpose is to create healthy recipes for busy parents based on the ingredients they have available. And the behavior is to avoid suggesting recipes with seafood and be casual and friendly. That seems good enough. So let's test it by simply clicking on Preview Copilot GPT. That will open a new tab with your GPT ready to test. And now let's tell it I'm hungry. As expected, it's asking what ingredient I have on hand. Let's say I have avocado, bread, pasta, tomatoes, and milk. Chef Genius is creating a recipe for me, which is interesting. Cook pasta according to package instructions, blend 1 avocado, a splash of milk, salt and pepper, etc., etc. It's great, but it's missing the amount of or volume of ingredients I should use and the cooking time, which I think is important. Let's update it by going back to the previous tab with our settings and ask it make sure to specify the amount of ingredients using milligrams and grams and the cooking time and temperature. Specify the preparation and cooking time as well. You can see it is updating the profile to reflect our instruction. It also creates an updated summary of the name, purpose, and behavior. We'll test it again by clicking on Preview Copilot GPT, tell it we're hungry, provide our ingredients. This time I have avocado, bread, pasta, and let's say milk. As we ask, now it provides the quantities, cooking time, etc. It's great, but the question here is this recipe tasty? Let's find out. So is it any good? Let's test it. Now that we've cleared this from our plate, you see what I did there, eh? Let's look at the configuration directly. Click on the Configure tab, and that's where you'll find a configuration that Copilot created for us. You have the name, description, but more importantly, the instructions. You can totally create your own prompt and replace the whole instructions if you want. You can also edit it, like let's say I want to add present the ingredients with the amount needed and then the preparation. Note that as of today, there's a limit of 2,000 characters for the instructions. If there's more, you'll get an error message when saving. You can also add files if you want to ground the knowledge of your GPT on documentation you have. For instance, I can upload a PDF of my preferred recipes so it got inspiration from them. You can also activate and deactivate web browsing. If it's checked on, your GPT might do a web search and base its answer on the data it found. Searching the web could be a good option, but if the search result doesn't return relevant information, it could alter the answer. In some cases, you might not want it to do that and only rely on its training data. If that's the case, simply uncheck it. Finally, you can turn image generation on and off. I could have turned it on, for instance, and ask in the instruction to generate an image of the recipe as well. Once you're done, simply click on Save Changes, and this will bring us to the last step of publishing our GPT. To do that, simply click on Publish, and you'll see two options. One where the GPT will only be visible to me, and another one that will create a link. Note that you need a Copilot Pro license to create a Copilot GPT, but not for using one. So if you want to share your newly created GPT with your grandma, who is not proficient with technology, no worries. The only thing she'll have to do is to click on the link and start asking questions. Finally, what if you want to edit your GPT after creation? It's super easy. Simply click on See All Copilot GPTs, navigate to your GPT. From there, there's also the possibility to share it by clicking on the three little dots and share. But to modify it, you'll select the whole block, and that's where you click on Edit, delete it, or ask it a question by clicking on Get Started. If you edit it, don't forget to save your changes and publish it. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you'll create all kind of awesome GPTs. If you want to share your creation, feel free to drop the link in the comments. I'm curious to see how the community is leveraging it. If you want more tips and tutorial on how to use AI for productivity, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to try another Copilot functionality, why not start with Outlook Copilot? I covered all of it in my last video. Thanks for watching. See ya.